Hey yo, it's Brian here. Yes, I am back in the North Carolina area for my trip to the Bay Area. It was a lot of fun. Had a great time hanging out with family, seeing a lot of cool stuff. But I'll probably talk about that probably tomorrow on a Saturday. But right now, I want to talk about the championship games for this week, making predictions for them. So this week it's going to be the New England Patriots and Jacksonville Jaguars for the AFC side. Philadelphia Eagles, Minnesota Vikings at Philly for the NFC title game. So let's dive into it. The first one I'm going to be talking about is the Jacksonville Jaguars, New England Patriots game. Predictions. Who am I going to go with? You know what? I'm going to be going with the New England Patriots to win this game. I know I've doubted Jacksonville so many times. I think in the wildcard divisional round, I picked the Bills to win in the first round. I picked the Steelers to win, and they both ended up disappointing me, especially Pittsburgh. I don't know what happened to Pittsburgh. They need to work on their defense. It's really bad, and hopefully they can get to that in the offseason and address that. Big Ben that game had like 5 touchdowns. It was ridiculous, but Jacksonville was just a little bit better in that game against Pittsburgh, but what can you do, right? Pittsburgh, why do you like to disappoint in the playoffs? I don't know why. I mean, the last time they won a Super Bowl was 2008, and the last time they made the Super Bowl was 2010. I don't know why I'm giving you all a history lesson, but it's been a while since they won a Super Bowl, but other teams haven't won Super Bowls in a while. Hey, look at the 49ers. They haven't won one before I was born. Yay. But anyways, Jacksonville, we all know them. Defensively, they're really good. Offensively, they can kind of hold their own. Leonard Fournette is pretty damn good. Blake Bortles, he can be good when he wants to be good, I guess. I mean, sometimes when there's pressure going on, he doesn't really do anything. He really folds under pressure, but when the team's doing all right, when the defense is carrying, then he can do an all right job, just like Trent Dilfer. I'd say he's a better managed version of Trent Dilfer when the Ravens won the Super Bowl in 2000. That's just me. I don't know if y'all like Blake Bortles, but you already know my stance on that. In New England, we all know Tom Brady, 40-year-old man, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. Defensively, they need some help. They're not really that good on defense, but Rob Gronkowski on the offensive side of the ball. What can you do against him, right? You can double cover him, but you can't really do anything anyways. So I'm not really concerned about the New England Patriots offense. I am concerned about their defense, but I think they can hold on their own against Blake Bortles. Maybe they did it against Marcus Mariota last week in the divisional round. Maybe they can do a good job this week against Blake Bortles. I don't know, but I'm picking the New England Patriots just because it's Tom Brady. I trust him with 100% of my life to win this game and go to the Super Bowl for the second year in a row. So, yeah, going with the Patriots. Final score, I'll probably go New England 26, Jacksonville 24. Very close game. And if Jacksonville wins this game, then I'm proving it wrong for the third time in a row. Malik Jackson, please don't get upset with me. If they win this, then I wouldn't be surprised at all. But I'm picking New England Patriots to eke out the win and go to their second straight Super Bowl in a row. That's it for the AFC side. NFC side, let's go. The more compelling matchup, Philadelphia and Minnesota. Let me talk about the Minnesota Saints game. That was a very crazy game. Stephon Diggs. Wow, I mean, what can you say, right? Case Keenum, Marcus Williams, he kind of messed up at the end. I don't want to excoriate him forever, but it was a pretty bad play under his part. If he would have just tackled him just a little bit, then it would have been game over maybe. And even if you took the penalty and unnecessary roughness or defenseless receiver or whatever, then field goal. I mean, you know, Minnesota's history, they pooped up some moments in the very tight games. I mean, you look at the NFC Championship game years ago, 1998 Vikings, and Gary Anderson, that really went well for them. But the kicker for the Vikings, I forgot his name, he actually made his field goal, so that was really good. And they were on the right side of a miracle. It was good to see them win a really crucial playoff game because they looked like they were about to be one and done, and that would have been really disappointing just because their game is in Minnesota for the Super Bowl. And if they could do that, that'd be just one of the biggest miracles I've ever seen, and that would have been amazing because I would love to see Minnesota win their first Super Bowl in their franchise history because they've suffered for a while. Nobody really talks about them, but whatever. Philadelphia, they beat the Atlanta Falcons. I was kind of surprised. I thought Matt Ryan was going to do some work against this Philly defense. I know the Philly defense is really legit. It's really good, but I thought Matt Ryan, you know, he's a pretty damn good quarterback, and that some of the offensive weapons that they have on the offensive side of the ball, Steve Sarkisian, I think they kind of missed Kyle Shanahan. Maybe if they had Kyle Shanahan as their offensive coordinator, they probably would have won the game. They're not going to fire Steve Sarkisian anytime soon, but whatever. That's the Atlanta Falcons' problems, not my problem. For this game, I'm going to be picking the Minnesota Vikings to win this game. I'm going to be picking the Vikings to go to the Super Bowl and be the first team in NFL history to play a Super Bowl at their home stadium. That would be one of the greatest stories I've ever seen in NFL history in my lifetime. Seeing Case Keenum from going nowhere in the beginning of the season, well, he was an alright quarterback coming in to the season, I guess, but seeing him from his growth to beginning of the season all the way to now, just freaking amazing. Adam Thielen, that'd be great to see him make it to the Super Bowl. Very good story on his part as a rookie. Stephon Diggs, he's just a beast. Nobody really talks about him, but whatever. Minnesota's defense, legit. What can you say about them? And I think they're going to stop Nick Foles in that running game, because that's pretty much what beat the Falcons in the divisional round, was the running game with the Philadelphia Eagles. They relied on that because Nick Foles can't really rely on him to do anything. And against this Minnesota's defense, this is a lot better than Atlanta's defense. I don't see that happening. I see Minnesota being better on both sides of the ball. Well, maybe defensively they're equally matched, but offensively, I trust Minnesota's offense more than Philadelphia's offense, in my opinion. If I had to go with the final score, I'd probably go Minnesota 17, Philadelphia 14. It's going to be a really close game, in my opinion. I think both games will be, and it's going to be a low-scoring game because defensively they're really good, and offensively they're not high-powered offenses like the Pittsburgh Steelers for either teams. I'm picking the Minnesota Vikings to win this game, eke out a defensive struggle, and go to the Super Bowl to face the New England Patriots. I think that's going to be a really good matchup if this happens. Hopefully it does. I'll be really excited to see. So that's going to be pretty much it, you guys. Please let me know what you guys think about the games below in the comments section. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, who's going to make it to the Super Bowl, all that cool stuff. And if you guys like this, please like, subscribe, do whatever you want with this. And I guess I'll be catching you guys up tomorrow. Let me talk about my trip to the Bay Area. Had a lot of fun there. Had to make my own video for that. So I'll see y'all then. Bye, guys. You guys have a nice day. Love y'all.